Hi, this is Jim Breen. I have a few things I'd like to review about the TradeStation platform and our software and how they interact. As you should already know, to activate a chart first, you could just left click on it, and to format the strategy to trade the next day going forward, you would click on strategies, click on format, and here you would enter the information the way we send it to you. If you're going to trade one contract, we always send it out trading for two, so you have to cut that max daily loss in half from the numbers we give you if you're only going to trade one contract. Once you've made your changes to the inputs, you click OK, and then to set up automated trading, you click here and make sure this is on off. Okay. Now, having done all that, you must make sure that at the end of the day, after trading is over, just as a good policy, automatically go back and unselect automated trading. It's not because it's going to trade at night, but if we're not going to trade this particular chart tomorrow, you don't want it accidentally making trades using stale inputs from the day before when you didn't intend it to. Now, after you get done putting all your inputs in, and you want to save that, because go up to Save, File, the File menu, Save All Workspaces. And the reason that you want to do that is, for some reason, you ended up having to close down TradeStation, you lost internet, you had to reboot. You don't want to have to fumble around re-entering all those inputs over again. So now if we were to close this TradeStation up, and we'll do this, I'm just going to go through this exercise. And let's assume that we had a problem. Let's say we lost data, and so this is what happens if you get disconnected from TradeStation. Down in this bottom right hand corner, you can see that it's red, which indicates that there's a problem. Double clicking on it again forces you to log in, and it'll try to get you reconnected. Once it's gotten all of the information in, then this should be green, and if we were in live trading mode, instead of saying trading simulated, it would say trading live. Now, because we're trading with this checked, and if for some reason we did have to close down TradeStation, it's going to give you this warning that the strategy is set for off and set for automated, but we're going to say close it anyhow. And we're going to say yes, we're going to save all changes. Now, TradeStation's now shut down, and we'll give it just a moment, and then we'll log back on. And I want to make one point about that. When you reboot TradeStation or log back in, it should prompt that it's going to ask, do we want to open it with macros enabled? And that's an important thing to say yes to. If you said no, then the strategy would not trade, or the software would not trade. So this is that dialog box. So we're going to say open windows with items enabled. That means that the strategy is going to continue to stay automated. Now, there's a lot of, oh, this is a good question that comes up at the end of the year. Of course, you have to deal with Uncle Sam around February. And we have to pay taxes on our profits. And so you want to know how to retrieve your tax information from TradeStation. And around February, thereabouts, they will send you a note saying that that tax information is now available, or they should. To get to that information and that statement. And the nice thing about futures, I should mention that unlike if you're trading equities or stocks, you have to match up every single trade, every single buy and sell. And that can be a big giant record-keeping pain in the ass. The nice thing about futures is Uncle Sam doesn't care about all that. All he wants to know is, did you make money or lose money? Well, here's how you find out. Go to the Help menu, go to Account Services, and you click on Confirmation Statements and 1099s. And after you sign into this place, there will be a spot for you to download your, well, we'll just go ahead and do that. Guess I goofed up how to sign in here. Okay, so you would go to this page, and there should be a place for it here. Go look and see what we got here. Future statements. So you click on Accounts, Future Statements. And then here you would select the futures account number that you have. And then it would give you the choice of statements, daily statements, or end of the year, 1099, so forth. So that's how you download that and get it ready for your tax preparer. And don't ask me what page that you have to enter that information on your IRS form, because I have no clue. My accountant takes care of it for me. And so anyway, but that's how you access that information. All right, so those are just some minor details that I wanted to review with you and make sure you understood, because I think it's important to try to get some of these little questions answered for you, especially with new clients. And here's another thing. Let's say if we were during the middle of a trading day and something were to get goofed up. And let's say it already made the first trade. Let's ignore these other two. People have said, well, you know, it won't let me automate the trading. Well, the reason is if it's already made a trade, or the chart thinks it's in a trade, and you try to set it up for automated trading while that's in that trade, the automation won't let you activate. And that's because it's in the middle of a trade. So you have to wait until that trade exits. Well, how do you know when it exits? Well, you're going to see either a green dotted line or a red dotted line. Now, in this particular case, it went right from a buy to a sell right at the same time. So you wouldn't have been able to activate automation even at the end of that trade either. Now, in this case, once that second trade took place and there were no open trades, then you could have then activated the automation. So just one other thing that people run into when they get disconnected and they try to reconnect, or they goof something up and they want to know how to get back in. Normally, once trading starts, my attitude is if you got disconnected for some reason, it's in the middle of a trade, it's best just to forget about the rest of the day and just write it off the day and start fresh the next day. It's just a lot easier. All right, well, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.